Welcome back to Ubatooba, my gorgeous friends. We have another beautiful yoga flow to share with you today. So this one is a really great good morning yoga flow. It's also a good flow to do if you're feeling like that you need to shift a little bit of energy through your lower back and your sacral chakra. So now sacral chakra is our second chakra from the base, and we can hold on to a lot of emotions here. So we're going to do a series of really nice hip openers so that we can get the good feels, bring them in, and just genuinely have a really good day. So I'm going to say do this one at the start of your day when you first get up, and I think you are sure to have a really good day. So let's get started. Get dressed in your comfy clothes. I'm going to wipe those bits and pieces off my mat. We are going to get started with a toe stretch. So coming into a kneeling position, and for the moment keep your hands pressed down on your mat. Tuck your back toes and feel free to stay here if this is enough for you. Sometimes this can be a little bit unpleasant, but it is a really great tension release for the undersides of our feet, and it can also clear some energy out of our meridians. We've got a lot of meridians that end in our feet. So feel free to stay here, or you can add a little intensity by walking your hands up your legs and then just stacking your vertebrae one on top of the other. Let's create a really super strong core here. So pulling that belly button to spine and growing nice and tall, roll the shoulders back and down. When you arrive in the position, just take both of your hands to your belly and close down your eyes. The intention for today's class is I want you to give yourself permission to be yourself. Just let that sink in for a little moment and take a nice big breath in. A big breath of calm out. Wayne Dyer always says that when you squeeze oranges, what comes out? Orange juice, because that's what's inside. What we can find when we are squeezed and under pressure or in uncomfortable positions like this is that sometimes emotions come out because that's what's inside. I want you today to move like you, give yourself permission to be yourself, and let's start removing any energy or emotions we're holding on to in our sacral chakra that no longer serve us. So to do this, we're going to do a series of hip opening postures, movement to breath. We're going to rediscover some of our inner good feelings so that if by chance we're squeezed, the only thing that comes out is a whole lot of love and good vibes. Let's take one more big breath in. And big breath out. And walk your hands forward. Let your hands connect back in with the mat. And then let's do a little rebound stretch. Just untuck your toes and pitter-patter your tops of your feet into the mat. My feet genuinely feel like they're like creaking when I do that stretch. Probably means I need it a lot. Make your way into a nice 4-point kneel, a beautiful neutral spine, and let's just go through with some hip circles to lubricate the hips. So take your hips off to your right side and then send them back and down towards your heels, and then coming over onto the left. And let's continue with that clockwise motion. This is where I invite you to really move like you. If you want to do some cat-cows or a little bit of a sneaky move, whatever's going to work for you that's going to get you in a good mood. And whoa, you might feel like coming a little bit more forward on your wrists so that you get a beautiful, delicious wrist stretch. Whatever is working. And let's go ahead and reverse that. So we'll turn the other way, send the hips off to the left side. And then around to the right. And you might find some really juicy spots you want to work into. Just sort of whatever goes. Nice work. Let's come all the way into our nice neutral spine. We'll move into a child's pose. So taking the knees as wide as the mat and bringing those big toes into touch. When you've got that, sink your bum back and down. Our first little hip opener. Sometimes this can really be a lot for people. It's one of my favorite stretches. I find it really, really calming. Place your forehead down to the earth if that's where it wants to go. And then at the same time, let's wake up through our upper back body. So creeping your hands forward, giving a little pull on the mat, and take a really big breath in. When we do, let's expand through the ribs. Feeling that stretch, and then on the exhale, maybe pull your bum down towards your heels a little more. So we've got a really nice push-pull thing happening. Let's do 2 more rounds. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Your biggest breath so far. Inhale. Fill right up through the chest, all the way up to your shoulders. Really expand. Feel the stretch. And then slowly exhale out through the mouth, feeling your hips lower to your heels just a little bit more. Make your way all the way forward into that nice neutral spine, that tabletop position. And let's tuck the back toes. Get ready to move into a downward facing dog. And when you're ready, take your hips towards the sky, straighten through the backs of the legs. And we come into delicious downward facing dog. Let's take the doggy for a little walk, giving the feet a little pedal out. And again, remembering to engage your hands, press them into the mat to create a really nice strong upper body. When you've got that, let's roll forward into a high plank. Drop the knees down and let's lower the chest down towards the mat. Take a big breath in, cobra pose, lifting the chest up off the mat and the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, lower down. Tuck the back toes, press the hands into the mat, lift the chest off. Downward facing dog. Nice and gentle. Now you can continue on with that version, or you can go through a full chaturanga, rolling forward, high plank, shoulders over wrists. We lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Broaden through the collarbones, chest proud. Then on the exhale, lift your hips towards the sky. Downward facing dog. 1 more round, rolling forward. Opening up through the whole body, lowering down. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Let's settle in. 1 round of breath, collective round, inhale. And on the exhale, let something go. Right leg lift, inhale. Bend the knee, then bring the knee towards the nose. Step it through your hands, low lunge. Make your way into a high lunge, sweep your hands forward, power through that back leg. Take a breath in, maybe look up. Warrior 2 on the exhale. First pose to really open up through the hips and that sacral chakra. So let's bend in deep through that front knee and extend long through that back leg. Lift up through that back arch. Really, really strong foundation. Keeping that, maybe feel like you're zipping up through the thighs. We're so strong. And continue that all the way up through the midline and then extend, expand out through your hands. Turn your palms facing up. Reach and sweep the hands towards the sky and straighten that front knee at the same time. On an exhale breath, turn your back foot onto a 45-degree angle. Good. We're going to lower down, bending both of the knees, goddess pose. Really nice, just like we did before. Zip up through your inner thighs. So that means like you're feeling like you're pulling both your feet together and then zip all the way up through the midline. Roll the shoulders back and down. Press both of the hands together. Take a collective breath in. Exhale, lower down. Such a nice pose for waking up the inner thighs, waking up the body. Root to rise, straighten through the legs, inhale. Take your hands to your hips. Bring both feet to face forward. Exhale, forward fold. You can place your hands underneath your face, or if you're feeling like you want something a little bit extra, take both of your hands and clasp them down around the base of your spine. Inhale, breath to prepare, extend the arms long. And on the exhale, take your hands away from the base of your spine. So nice, opening up through the shoulders, the front body, as well as the inner thighs. This is getting that energy moving. One round of breath, inhale. Exhale, extend a little more. Bring your hands down towards the base of your spine. Bring your hands underneath your face. Take a halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands towards the top of your mat. Frame that front foot. Then step the right foot back, high plank. Go through your version of a flow, so lowering down halfway. Then make your way upward facing. Good, keeping those thighs lifted off the ground. And then downward facing dog is where we're going. Left leg lift, inhale. Bend your knee, tiger curl that knee towards the nose, and then place it in the middle of your hands. Low lunge here, then sweep the arms forward, high crescent lunge. Beautiful work. Then reach up, extend all the way up, getting a stretch through that right side of the body. Inhale. Warrior two, other side on the exhale. That back foot is parallel to the back of the mat. And we've got a really nice right ankle. Sink low, open up through the inner thighs there. Extend the arms really long. Inhale. Flip both of the palms together. Straighten through that front leg. Hands come together overhead. And then turn that back foot 45 degrees. Let's lower down into our goddess pose, other side. Good, sinking nice and low. Keeping our knees tracking over our toes. Take a calming breath, inhale here. Feeling long through the spine all the way to the crown of the head. Exhale, lower down a little more. Good. Inhale, straighten through the legs, bring the hands to the hips. Bring both feet to face forward. And then exhale, forward fold. Nice to see you. Good. Thinking this time about walking your hands further in between your feet and just using that as a little bit of extra pressure if it feels right for you, just to stretch and open up through those inner thighs. One round of breath, inhale. Exhale, melt into the position a little more. Walk your hands back underneath your face. Take a nice halfway lift, inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands towards the front of your mat. Frame that front foot. Step the left foot back, high plank, your version of a flow. Lowering halfway down. Upward facing, downward facing dog. Drop your knees down, come all the way into a 4-point kneel. From here, we need to swing your hips off to one side and then bring your legs out in front, nice and long. Let's go for a nice forward fold here. So stacking the spine, one on top of the other, reach your hands up nice and tall. Think tall, grow tall, inhale. And you exhale, hinge at your hip, reaching forward, and your hands will land wherever they do on your legs. So don't be too worried if they reach your knees, your calves, the backs of your feet. Just move like you. That's the goal here. Even bending a little bit through the knees so that we can get the chest a little bit closer towards the thighs. Take a nice big breath in, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Dropping your head so that we lengthen all the way through to the top of the spine. And just
giving yourself permission to relax into this stretch. There is no judgment on what it should look like. You're just letting your body do its thing. Inhale, lengthen a little more as we're loosening off. And exhale, forward fold. Then really gently, just let go of whatever you were holding on to. Coming all the way up. And just bringing the soles of your feet together. A nice little butterfly pose. And adjusting your sit bones if you need to. Sitting up nice and tall. And then exhale, bringing your chest down towards your feet. Again, just allowing your legs to come out naturally. The closer your feet are in towards your body, the more intense this is going to be. So just work with whatever's going well for you today. Again, you're giving your body permission to move like you. Give yourself permission to be yourself. It's interesting how we have such a filtered version of reality. You know, we don't want to post certain images on Instagram. We, want everything to always look the best version of ourselves. And really the best version of ourselves is just to be yourself, Whatever you might consider flaws, someone else might consider, strengths. So it's always just a matter of perspective, and you don't need to give yourself any sort of labels. Just be unapologetically yourself and watch the good feels flow. Allow your head to naturally drop here. Big exhales out, lengthening through the spine and opening up through the inner thighs. When you're ready, walk your hands all the way back up. Extend your legs long again, maybe using your hands to bring your knees in together. You might have to shuffle forward on your mat. We'll move forward into our Shavasana. So sitting up nice and tall, and then C curve through the spine. Let's lengthen and lower down. Sinking slowly, melting into the mat. Allow shoulders to open. Allow any tension to release from your belly. Let your fingers naturally curl in and the feet splay out. All that you are left with is your breath. Inhale and exhale. Feel free to stay here for as long as you like. Or if you would like to come out of Shavasana, I want you to take one big breath in, one big breath out. Take a nice big morning stretch overhead. Grow as long as you have all class. And then slowly, slowly make your way up into an easy pose. Come to sit cross-legged, keeping the eyes closed down. When you get there, turn your palms face up into the receiving position. Sink your sit bones into the earth and grow as tall as you can, all the way up through the crown of your head. Be proud. Give yourself permission to be yourself. And allow others to do the same. Let go of all feelings of non-judgment that don't serve you. Know that just by making it to the mat today, you have served yourself and others. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Bring your hands to heart center.
thumb tips to third eye. Together we say Namaste. The light in me sees the light in you.
I hope you enjoyed that quick little wake up, good morning yoga practice to shift some of that energy that might be stagnant in your sacral chakra, feeling open through the legs, through the mind, and ready for a good day ahead. Remember, give yourself permission to be yourself because that is the best version of you. Make good choices, have a good day, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Big